All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Community Wildfire Preparedness and Mitigation webinar series. And today is a very special webinar. We have a feature from our Fire Engineering and Investigations Division to talk about fireworks safety. And before we get started, I wanted to go through a few ground rules. So should you encounter any issues during the webinar, please do not hesitate to give me a call at 916-201-5539 or send me an email. I also put all of this information in chat. This webinar will last about 30 minutes and it will also be recorded. Please type any questions into the Q&A portion of the screen and we will answer those questions as quickly as possible. After our featured speaker has completed their presentation, we will be holding a question and answer session. And if you have any questions after the webinar has concluded, we will also be providing contact information to reach out to the program directly. All webinar documentation, including the PDF of this presentation, will be available on our website. And also, all of the links that are available on this PowerPoint will be live in that PDF that is posted as well. But today's webinar, as I mentioned, will feature information on fireworks safety. And to get things started, I will kick it over to Acting State Fire Marshal Chief Daniel Berlant. Go ahead, Chief.
All right. Thank you, Karen. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. It's only a couple days from now, specifically on June 28th. Safe and Sane fireworks will go on sale in many communities across California. And so this is such an important reminder that we talk about today of the dangers that specifically illegal fireworks and the unsafe use of even safe and sane fireworks can pose, and even the wildfire threat that fireworks can cause if used improperly. And so our arson and bomb investigation team, which works throughout the year, this time of year is really laser focused on illegal fireworks enforcement. In fact, already this year, they have assisted in the seizure of well over 200,000 pounds of illegal fireworks that have been brought here into California, attempted to be sold or used. And California has some very stringent laws and penalties should people use them incorrectly. And so I'm really looking forward to today's presentation. And so with that, I'm just going to turn it right back over to Kara to introduce our speaker. But again, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much, Chief. All right, so now I will turn it over to our presenter, Arson and Bomb Investigator Charlie Elder, to introduce himself and to share more information. So take it away.
Good morning. Hey, my name is Charlie Elder. I'm with the Arson and Bomb Unit. We do investigations involving fireworks and explosives, along with arson investigation. I got tasked to talk about identifying and maybe some fireworks safety. There's a big reason why should we even attempt to give you any information on this. You can go to the next slide. Back up one. Oh, and we're having technical difficulties at my side. I couldn't get the slide to work there. Okay, next one. And go ahead and click on that. This is a combination of having illegal and dangerous fireworks in your backyard and illegally selling them out of your backyard where you're not supposed to do this. And this caused a major damage in Ontario, California. Happened approximately 2 years ago. Next slide. What gives us our ability to enforce these laws is that primarily the laws are regulated through the Health and Safety Code. They give the Office of State Fire Marshal the authority to regulate and fireworks. And you can also use the penal code, because some of these fireworks will turn into not just unsafe, but the way they're designed, they turn into illegal fireworks, which can turn into a destructive device. And also you can do possible local muni codes, county codes. Next slide. Like I said, the Health and Safety Code is our bread and butter. 12505 defines what a dangerous firework is. The one we're looking at right now is would be 12529, which defines safe and sane. Those are the commercial fireworks where you can pick up at the stands. We regulate those And we have our seals on it. That's how you can determine if they're safe and sane. The other is 12670 or 12676, unlawful for any person to sell or transfer any dangerous fireworks. 12677, unlawful possession, dangerous fireworks without a valid permit, which means that some of these cities, you can have fireworks, but only through licensed and through the fire marshal, and have licensed firework or pyrotechnic operators fire these or shoot these fireworks off. Anything else in the city is illegal. So, and here's another good one, 12689, unlawful to sell or give under 18 any dangerous fireworks. And then 12700, possession of legal fireworks by weight. Anything 500 to 5,000 pounds, it could be a wobbler, a felony, or a misdemeanor. And anything over 5,000 pounds is usually a felony in the state of California. Next slide, please. Again, this is safe and sane, 12529 of the Health and Safety Code. Register basically defines what a safe and sane firework is, and it's registered through the State Fire Marshal. Most of the time, the safe and sane is they don't fly through the air or move across the ground or explode. And state law deals with the manufacturing and sales. Go to the next slide. This is what you'll commonly see. During this time, you can only sell these fireworks during from June 28th to July 6th. And you can only sell them at stands that you see on these type of stands that you see on the slide here. The biggest thing about it is when you go in here and look at these stands and look at the fireworks or the products, they have to have the seals. You'll see two types of seals up on top, the white one and the yellow one. That's the State Fire Marshal seal. Anything that doesn't have that is not a legal firework. It's illegal. So go ahead next. So there again, that's a actually one product, a singular product there, and you can see it's plainly stamped with our safety seal. Okay, go next. This is a common what safe and sane fireworks look like. Again, there's nothing that explodes, nothing that shoots in the air. It's all ground-oriented displays. Relatively safe. I mean, anything could be dangerous if you don't handle it correctly, but these are determined to be the safest that you can use without having a permit. You go ahead, next slide. Again, another example. This looks like a Piccolo Pete, so it's an audible. And then you move into dangerous or illegal fireworks. Anything that are firecrackers, skyrockets, Roman candles, chasers. Everybody's knows what a firecracker looks like, and everybody knows what a skyrocket looks like. I'll give you some examples here. Next slide. And here's a legal, looks like a trunk full of illegal fireworks. It's not a real good picture, but it's actually a case that was submitted to the DA for prosecution. Okay, next. You see these dangerous fireworks. You don't see our seal on there at all. So this indicates that it's not legal. It's a illegal firework. And these ones actually shoot up in the air. These are called cakes. Very dangerous, and they will cause fires. Okay, next. And these are the small mortars. These are 2 inches or less. They go into the tube onto the left. Basically shoots up in the air, makes a large report with a visual signature. And then the things on the right are chasers. You can see they have blades on them. They're built to spin around. They'll go around, and obviously you have no control of them once you light them off. So that's what makes them very dangerous. Dangerous to people, dangerous to causing vegetation fires and structure fires if not careful. So, next slide. And these are the old M80s, M series. These are obviously do not have our stamp on it, and these are very dangerous. And not only do they start fires, but they also can cause very bad injuries to a human, leading up to death. Okay, go ahead next. And here's some bottle rockets. Obviously, once you light these and they go into the air, they have a mind of their own. They could go anywhere they want. They can land on top of a house, cause a fire, land into vegetation, or hit you and could cause damage and injury to you. Okay, next slide. And here's some, again, these are smaller, these are lady fingers. They're still considered like an M device, but very small. But they explode, and they're very dangerous too. They can cause damage to the person and cause fires. All right, next. And this is some of the fusing. Okay, well, actually, we moved to dangerous fireworks here. This is bigger mortars. If you look on the left, these are non-commercial. These are actually you have to have a license to shoot these mortars off. It's hard to really see it without the tube next to it, but that's actually a projectile that goes up in the air probably about 200 feet and explodes. Go ahead, next. And here's some more. This is when you run into the 1-3. You go back to the last slide. This is when you run into the 1-3 category. This is where you have to have a license to shoot these, operate these, and the people are well trained that that actually shoot these and put these shows together. These are the type of devices you see at large shows like at Dodger Stadium, events like that. But it takes a professional and a licensed professional to actually operate these. If you get caught with these, it's a felony because it's got a lot of explosives in it, and it's definitely very dangerous. These will cause major damage to a person and up to death, and they will cause fires. Okay, the next one. This is typically what the marshals, fire marshals receive. We're responsible for destroying all these. We'll take these recovered or seized fireworks, commercial, non-commercial, and we're required to dispose of them or treat them. And this is how we usually get them. And then we have to pelletize them, and they get taken away for destruction. Okay, next photo. And what makes a firework item be classified as a forbidden explosive? Next slide. In California, these are classified as explosive if they have over 50 milligrams or 0.772 grains of pyrotechnic composition. And it's similar design to function like a firecracker, meaning that it's going to explode. It's going to have a loud report, loud flash. Anytime you get over that amount, you get into this portion of it. This is the penal code section that I'm very familiar with. And it's 18715 is possession of a destructive device, meaning if you have one of those large illegal or forbidden fireworks, it's a felony in the state of California. You can't possess them no matter what. And then 720 is possession of material making destructive devices. And then 18740 is any person that ignites them. So if you get caught doing this, even if it doesn't cause any destruction, you're still committing a felony. And then 18755, any person who's willing and maliciously ignites a destructive device which causes an injury or death. This means that you light one of these things off and somebody gets hurt, you are in deep trouble. It's a felony. And it could be, simply a burn on the hand to missing fingers and up to death. You could see some state time, and obviously you could be open to civil matters. Okay, next slide. This is what forbidden explosives. These are homemade M devices, and they're way over the legal limit. I can tell by the size of them. And these are the commonly what you're going to run into. Next slide. And these are some other types. The previous ones are made by people that actually take time and measure and put them together. They're actually well made, and they do what they're supposed to do. I won't say they're reliable, but they're less dangerous than what you see on the screen now. These are not made in high quality. These are what you see coming from Mexico. So the quality control and the material over there is not like the previous slide. As you can tell, these you can tell by the containers, they're not put together well. They're put together with paper, and the caps are usually some sort of porous material. Could be drywall, could be stucco, and these are very dangerous. I've seen a lot of people maim themselves, and I've seen a couple of deaths where people have used these types of just forbidden explosives, and they're very, very, very dangerous. If anybody runs into these, finds them, don't touch them. Next slide. Again, if you find any illegal fireworks, do not touch them. Call your local law enforcement. And what they'll do is they'll call the bomb squads, or local bomb squad, or to come and mitigate these devices. The biggest thing with this, is your safety. If you run into anything that you have a question, you need to contact the local law enforcement and have them deal with it. It's one thing to be a good Samaritan and find this stuff, but don't handle it, because you don't know what is done to it. You don't know how sensitive it is. It's not worth you hurting yourself or hurting somebody else. And next slide. Here at the State Fire Marshal, we are here to help all the local agencies, help everybody. This is our contact information on the screen. We have other resources where you can go onto our CAL FIRE Office of State Fire Marshal website. They have wonderful information and training on identifying and on fireworks and what is needed. You can click on that bottom link, and it'll give you the information that you need. I'm done. Is there any questions?
Go ahead and raise your hand if you have any questions. I'll unmute you at that time. Okay. Perfect. Well, it looks like we don't have any questions, but thank you so much, Charlie. That was a wonderful presentation. As we mentioned, we will have this whole PowerPoint posted on our website later this afternoon. And I appreciate all of you showing up and listening in. And now I will take the opportunity to advertise our next webinar, where we will be discussing campfire safety. It's very timely. It is going to be held on July 10th at 11:30 a.m. And all information for that webinar will be posted on our social media pages very shortly. And we hope that you have a very safe 4th of July. Thank you all for joining us today.